Assalamu alaikum. In the previous lesson, you learned about various ways in which things are made by artisans. We also read that many of them are not able to compete with the machine made products, and that many people have stopped practicing their professions. In this chapter, we shall explore how machines have come to dominate the way in which products are made and how they impacted the lives of people. So, today we are going to start our 8th chapter, that is Industrial Revolution. During 1580 to 1800 AD, trade between countries in America, Europe, Africa, and Asia increased manyfold. Textile trade too began to expand. Now European traders began to use putting out system. That is, they gave advance to small farmers and artisans to produce textile goods. During this period, income from farming was low, and many peasants lost their farm and grazing land. Therefore, doing textile work helped them to make a living. Under putting out system, a cloth trader in Britain purchased cotton from a supplier and carried it to the spinners. Then the yarn was taken by the trader to the next stage of production, the weavers. The cloth was taken to the fullers and finally to the dyers who gave it color. These different activities could be done in different parts of the country, but all finishing work was done in London before it was sold in other countries. Thus, textile goods were produced by large number of producers who were controlled by traders. There was no system as in a factory. That is, the different stages of producing cloth did not happen in the same place but in different households. Each trader engaged 20 to 25 craftspersons at each stage of production. Sometimes later, the trader brought the craftsperson under one roof so that they could explain their requirements and organize the production more effectively. They set up small workshops called manufactories. The craftsmen brought their own tool and worked with raw material given by the trader. Then the trader took the product and sold it in the market. In this way, slowly the control of the trader over the craftsperson increased. This phase is called proto-industrialization, a phase in which more and more people entered crafts production. Trader established control over the workers and a large market for craft product developed across the world. Beginning of Industrial Revolution from 1715 to 1850 AD. In about 1750, machines and steam power began to be increasingly used to produce goods, to move goods and people from one place to another. Several people living in villages moved to towns and cities for work. Today we may use many machines and machine made goods in our daily life. This was the beginning of the machine age in Britain. As the demand for cloth and other handicrafts increased many times, many artisans wondered how they could increase the production to cope with the demand. Some of them began thinking, these days there is a great demand for our cloth, but we are not able to produce more cloth to meet this demand. Besides, the cloth made with our loom is expensive. If we can make machine which can spin yarn faster and weave faster, we would be able to produce more cloth at a lower price. Then many people will buy our cloth and we can earn more money. As a result of the pressure of trade and work, several people attempted making such machines. Then came the long-awaited invention, a machine which could spin lots of yarn in a short time. This is an example of a spinning jenny, a new machine to spin yarn. However, these machines were very heavy and the artisans thought it is so tiring to turn these machines with our hands or feet. How nice it would be if these machines could turn by themselves. Their dream also came true with the famous invention of James Watt, the steam engine. This is the first steam engine. It was invented by James Watt, an English craftsman. He noticed that steam had so much strength that it could have enormous weight. To tap this energy, he made a machine which would run with the help of steam and would not need men or animals to drive it. He showed his invention to an industrialist called Boulton, and the two entered into a partnership to make such machines. Boulton invested the money necessary and paid Watt a salary. Watt made the steam engine. They made an agreement between them to share the profit, two-thirds to Boulton and one-third to Watt. These two persons made a large number of steam engines, sold them and made huge profits. Once it is established that machines could run on steam, then such machines were made for all kind of work: spinning, weaving, making iron tools, driving vehicles and ships, etc. During 1750 to 1850, a new system called the factory system emerged. In the place of simple tools and manual power, new machines and steam power came to be increasingly used. Production was now carried on in a place called factory, unlike what we read earlier, where production took place in houses. Hundreds of workers were brought together to work in these factories. Machines became important in place of minor tools and handlooms. They produced goods on a very large scale. All facilities for production were owned and managed by individuals called capitalists. They invested money on workers, raw material, machines, etc., and owned them. Unlike in guild system, workers worked for wages and did not own the things they produced. The early factories were dreadful places to work. The experience of a 19th century child worker. In 19th century, the industrial worker of Europe had to face several hardships. Let us read about the experience of a child employed in English coal mine. I have been working in these mines since I was 4. Workers knew coal with pickaxes and fill the large wagons with it. Our job is to push these loaded wagons to the point from where horses or mules can haul them. This is very difficult job. Hauling the loaded wagons through water and slush and over very steep slopes leaves us very tired. We have to work in this for more than 12 hours a day. By the time we return home, we were so tired that we don't even feel like eating. Yesterday I fell asleep on my way to home. My mother searched for me and carried me home. There were several movements to stop employing children in this manner, in factories and in mines. In response to these movements, child labor was banned, and now it is a thing of the past in most European countries. So you can see how the inventions changed the science and technology changed the world. These are some of the inventions. We will continue this topic in next session. Thank you.